All right. It is the Basement Tape Show with Nick and Bootsy, bringing you guys the best indie music ever. We play local music because, everybody's local to somewhere. And tonight is show number 427. Good grief. We're creeping up on 500. That's cool. And it's September the 8th, 2019. It's the best indie music ever right here. And we do have a great show lined up for you tonight. And we're playing tribute to one of our good friends, Gus J. Kodros III tonight. And Bootsy's going to tell you all about that.
I don't have enough time to tell you all about what an awesome human being Gus Kodros was. What I would like to let you know is that we're going to start the show out tonight with a tribute to Gus. WBGZ Radio in Alton has a show called Riverbend Talent on the Big Z, and it's hosted by Johnny Bash and Pigpen. Johnny Bash also happens to be a member of the band Cottonmouth. And I don't know if you remember this, Nick, but in 2011, when we first started doing the basement tapes, the band Cottonmouth actually came to Rolla to participate in the K-Kid Battle of the Bands. And yes, this is the same people. They've been together for 30 years. But it's amazing what a small world it is in music, and I want to really give a heartfelt thank you to Johnny Bash and Pigpen for replaying a 2017 interview that they did with Gus. Gus, being from Alton, was involved in quite a number of musical projects in that area and in the St. Louis area. So I want to start the show off tonight with a few little snippets from the interview that they did with Gus in 2017, and I want to follow that up with a couple of tunes from two of the bands that I heard Gus talk about most often that he played with. First is the Bishops, doing a tune, Despicable Distance, off of their 1991 A Farewell to Reason release, and Small Ball Paul doing Mr. Sunshine off of their 1993 You in Flames release. And Gus played drums for both of these. There's also a little snippet on here about what Gus did in his life besides being a musician, and that was working as a video producer at the same place where I did, and that's how I met Gus. But right now I would like to begin the show by this tribute to Gus Kodros.
Gus was the kind of guy that if you went over and hung out with him, he'd tell you about all the bands and, different things that were happening. He was on top of that kind of stuff.
Right.
Where'd you say you were living now? A couple hours away?
I live in Rolla, Missouri.
Rolla, that's right. You playing in bands down there?
No, I was playing with some with an outfit down there for a bit. Actually, a coworker and her husband, and did wineries and that sort of thing around the area and so on. But yes, did that for a bit, and then the Bishops reunion came along.
Yeah.
So I'll do that every now and again when the planets align, and that's fun to do.
Yeah. Pretty good turnout for that, too.
Yeah, we broke the bar sales record that evening,
awesome.
that last reunion thing that we did outside.
Elijah Pease, yeah.
Yeah, Elijah Pease. I started playing drums way back in grade school. I didn't get my first kit until I was 16, actually. It was one of those things where I, earned up all the money, cutting grass and whatnot, and then.
All right, so they after Palace, who'd you play with?
I was in the Bishops.
It was straight to
Palace
the
dissolved, and then I joined the Bishops, and it's kind of funny. I actually turned down the Bishops to stay in Palace.
Yeah,
wow.
The first time around, and then I ran into Tim on campus one time, and Tim was. Palace had dissolved, and Tim was like, "We're looking for somebody again," and I'm like, "I'll take it," And then and I did the Bishops for 5 years.
Yeah,
and put out a couple recordings and did a tour. And
You're in the CBGB group, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I got to play CBGB between two bands. I got to play there 4 times.
After 5 years of the Bishops, you end up with Small Ball Paul. How
Yeah.
long were you with them?
I was there. I was with them for a year, and then we toured with the Bad Brains.
Oh, okay.
Right,
So
Bad
that was
Brains, I
pretty
remember
cool.
those guys.
Yeah.
That was my last week in the band, and I got to play CBGB and not CBGB, Mississippi Nights.
What do you do in the video world specifically?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Is it mainly editing or?
well, actually, the way that it works, it's called the Video Communications Center.
Okay.
It's Missouri University of Science and Technology. It used to be University of Missouri Rolla.
Okay.
And what basically we have like 8 to 10 classrooms throughout campus that are outfitted with like high definition video cameras, like anywhere to 2 to 4 remotely controlled high definition video cameras, and then that will go out live for distance students, then they can also watch in archives later on. It's primarily like post grad students.
Okay.
And so I've been doing that for about 5 years now, and then I'll also do things like recently we did the commencement ceremonies, and I was like sort of one of the lead producers of that. So I'll do stuff like that, and then like Condoleezza Rice came to speak at the school, and I got to record that, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And people who take programs, distance programs throughout the country, say that what they see us do. Well, we were rated, I think, number 9, like U.S. News and World Report for the work that we do, or the distance program, but we're a part of that. But there are people that say that what we do is pretty high quality compared to, what some of the other schools in the country do. So I mean, that's nice to hear. I like going to work every day. I mean, that's nice to be able to say.
without a trace. They cut you deeper than they know. You stay inside all day, make plans to make them pay, drink with shadows on your wall. He knows his verses well, and he hates everyone he knows. He lights his glasses black to keep the daylight back, and he hates everyone he knows. Your face is plastic wrapped to keep the world away, but it looks so pretty when I'm stoned. You've got this little jar, what's in it looks so strange, but it's the only thing that you own. She sells her plastic beads. She hates everyone she knows. She paints her windows black to keep the daylight back. She hates everything that she knows. In her electric hair, she dances with the dead. She hates everyone she knows. When I pass you on the street, your eyes refuse to meet. We think the same way that I know. Yeah, we think the same way that I know. And you like your future black, 'cause it's the only way you know. You take your window pane and flash your peace signs, but you hate everyone you know. Mr. Sunshine, Mr. Sunshine, baby, Mr. Sunshine, I'm Mr. Sunshine, baby, sunshine, I'm Mr. Sunshine.
A little small ball Paul right there from out of St. Louis, Missouri, doing Mr. Sunshine back in 1993. And before that, in 1991, the Bishops, all with Mr. Gus Kodros on the drums. Man, R.I.P. He will be missed greatly. And but we still got some great stuff lined up for you guys tonight. And Bootsy's got the next one. Bootsy, what do we have lined up next?
Well, we have got some brand new songs by some bands. 2 of them we played before, and 1 of them this is the first time. We're going to start this second set off with A Permanent Shadow, doing their 2019 single release from Songs of Lost. They're from Barcelona, Spain. The name of the tune is Fool. We're going to follow that up with Change Under Death, their 2019 single called Lovin' on a Plane. They're from Prince Edward Island, Canada. Hold on. Excuse me.
Goodness. Bootsy.
And our first timer on the Basement Tape show tonight is Bluejay Jourden, doing his 2019 single No More Heartbreak. Jay is out of Jacksonville Beach, Florida. Right now we're going to listen to Fool by Permanent Shadow.
Beauty can replace your heart and soul, and wings will never hide the devil's boots. Within yourself and to the outside world, you bring little joy and a lot of hurt. Beauty can replace your heart and soul. Replace your heart and soul. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Your reward will always come too late. Had it with you, oh yeah, I've had it with you. You never make my dreams come true. You'll never be me and I will never be you. I won't waste my prayers on you. Had it with you, oh yeah, I've had it with you. You never make my dreams come true. You'll never be me and I will never be you. I won't waste my prayers on you just like coffee. You preach about a light I fail to see. Its reach reduced to those who are on their knees. It took a lifetime till it dawned on me that I don't need your eternity. Still you preach about a light I fail to see. Inside out and upside down, I refuse to be your clown. Had it with you, oh yeah, I've had it with you. You never make my dreams come true. You'll never be me and I will never be you. I won't waste my prayers on you. Had it with you, oh yeah, I've had it with you. You never make my dreams come true. You'll never be me and I will never be you. I won't waste my prayers on you just like coffee. You are not my savior. You are not my savior. And I am not yours. You'll never be me and I will never be you. My savior. Never be me and I will never be you. My savior. Never be me and I will never be you. Never be me and I am not your fool.
Hi, I'm Katie. Hi, I'm Jessica. Hi, I'm Tasha. I'm Whitney. And we listen to the K-Kid Basement Show with Nick and Bootsy.
This is Gypsy.
And this is Bandit.
We're on a strip in Las Vegas.
And you're
listening to the Basement Tape Show with Nick and Bootsy on the radio.
Honey, I want you to know how you rock my soul. My heartbeat's never felt this way before. Honey, I need you to say what you mean to me. My heartbreak's been repaired forevermore. 'Cause when you walked into my life, you turned back on them lights. My heartbeat's found a place to freely roam. Baby, it took just a smile, not just a little while. My heartbeat's found a place to call it home. No more heartbreak, no more lonely nights for me. No more heartbreak, baby, need the whole wide world to see. No more heartbreak, baby, what you really mean to me. No more heartbreak, you and me. Honey, I want you to know I can't let you go. My heart beats evermore, baby, just for you. Baby, I need you to feel, know my love is real. My heart beats faithfully, it's true. 'Cause when you turn my life around, you turn it upside down. My heartbeats heard a song I had to sing. Baby, I need you to know I can't ever let you go. My heartbeats evermore, your song around. No more heartbreak, no more heartbreak, no more lonely nights for me. No more heartbreak, no more heartbreak, the whole wide world to see. No more heartbreak, no more heartbreak, what you really mean to me. No more heartbreak, you and me. Honey, I want you to know how you rock my soul. My heartbeat's never felt this way before. Baby, I need you to see what you mean to me. My heartbreak's been repaired forevermore. 'Cause when you walked into my life, you turned back all them lights. My heartbeat's found a place to freely roam. Baby, it took just a smile, not just a little while. My heartbeat's found a place to call it home. No more heartbreak, no more lonely nights for me. No more heartbreak, baby, need the whole wide world to see. No more heartbreak, baby, what you really mean to me. No more heartbreak, you and me. Baby, no more heartbreak, no more heartbreak, no more lonely nights, no more heartbreak, no more heartbreak. Ain't never gonna be a need to fuss and fight. No more heartbreak, no more heartbreak.
loving. Tell me that you want me in the night. Tell me that you need my loving tonight. Well, I'm working for the man, he don't care. Well, I'm working for the weekend nights to pay. 'Cause I'm down for some loving. All the pain, loving 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 all the
Okay, that was Change Under Death doing Lovin' on a Plane, and before that was Bluejay Jourden with No More Heartbreak. Kind of had to flip-flop those because the first time Change Under Death didn't play. We started it all off with a Permanent Shadow doing Fool. We hope you're enjoying the show tonight. We are, and we hope you got Gus on your mind a little bit too. This show is a tribute to him. What a great guy, what a great musician, what a great all-around person. Right now, I'm going to turn this part of the show over to my buddy Nick Thomas because he has something he wants to share.
That's right. Hey, it's that time of the show where I get to play you guys something that's probably well-known by a well-known artist or musician. And tonight I have picked out something really cool for Nick's Picks. It's a song off the first. It's actually my favorite song off the Yes album, which is the third studio album by the band Yes. It was released on February the 19th of 1971 by Atlantic Records. It's their first album with guitarist Steve Howe, and he replaced Peter Banks in 1970. And their last to feature keyboardist Tony Kaye until the 1983 album 90125. In the meantime, of course, Rick Wakeman was playing the keyboards. The album was a critical success and a major commercial breakthrough for Yes, who had been at risk of being dropped by Atlantic Records due to the commercial failures of the first two albums. Believe that or not, I don't know. I thought they were great. It reached number 4 in the United Kingdom and number 40th in the United States and was later certified platinum by selling over 1 million copies. Now, the song I've picked out tonight, of course, is Starship Trooper. This is featuring John Anderson on lead vocals and percussion, Chris Squire on bass guitar and backing vocals, Steve Howe on electric and acoustic guitars, Tony Kaye on piano, Hammond organ, Moog synthesizer, and Bill Bruford on the drums. And in 2017, actually it was April the 7th of 2017, Yes got finally inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And their inductees were Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson from Rush. And this is what Alex had to say.
I'll leave you with this. The musical choices we make in our youth help to mold who we become. Yeah. Choose learning to play Starship Trooper on a cheap secondhand guitar. Not so easy. And definitely choose Yes.
are the roads to travel on in old accustomed ways. I still remember the talks by the water, the proud sons and daughters that knew the knowledge of the land, spoke to me in sweet accustomed ways.
And now for something completely different.
Without a warning, you broke my heart. You took it, darling, and you tore it apart. You left me sitting in the dark crying. You said your love for me was dying. I'm begging you, baby, baby, please. I'm begging you, baby, baby, please. Turn on the light, let it shine on me. Turn on your love light, let it shine on me. And let it shine, 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 let it shine. I get a little lonely in the middle of the night. I need you, darling, to make things all right. Come on, baby. Come on, please. Come on, baby. Baby, please. Shine on the light. Let it shine on me. Shine on your love light. Let it shine on me. A little bit higher. A little bit higher. Just a little bit higher. A little bit higher. A little bit higher. Come on, baby. Come on, please. I'm begging you, baby. I'm down on my knees. Turn on the light. Let it shine on me. Turn on your love light. Let it shine on me. I feel alright. I feel alright. I feel alright.
All right. Yeah. That's a little Bobby Blue Bland for something completely different. One of my favorite songs by the Grateful Dead, Turn On Your Love Light. But Bobby Blue, he came out, Bland, came out with it back in 1961. It was a single that, man, he did good with it. He recorded it down in Houston, Texas, too. Pretty good stuff right there. Started out with Nick's Picks was Starship Trooper by Yes. I love that song. One of my favorite songs. Anyway, we still got some good indie music lined up for you guys right now. And Bootsy's got the last set for you lined up.
Yes, I do. Our last set starts with Steve Blower out of Wakefield in the UK doing his 2019 single, Ties That Bind, followed up by the Innocent Bystanders from San Diego, California, doing their 2019 single, No Place to Go. And finally, Watch Rome Burn from Seattle, Washington, with their 2019 single, Radio. And we would be remiss if we didn't offer something to you from our local resident awesome musician dude, Nick Thomas.
Oh, my God.
And I'm not even going to tell you what it is. It's going to be a surprise. But we hope you've enjoyed the show tonight. We hope you've enjoyed the music. And once again, this has been a tribute to our friend, colleague, and fellow musician Gus Kodros, born 1967, passed away 2019. R.I.P. Gus Kodros. This is Ties That Bind by Steve Blower.
Yeah, but now that's gone away. This crimson mask stays. I see them in your eyes and scream. Yeah, but now I see the light. Wings of death rain from the sky. You can't hold on to the tides move by. All alone you feel your soul. Fly away without control. You can't hold on to the tides move by.
This is Chris.
This is Steve. And this is Josh. We're Scarred Nation, and you're listening to the Basement Tape Show with Nick and Bootsy.
In December, moved in before the snow. Here I am 6 months later, I got no place to go. The landlord said, take it easy, the pain is bad, I know. I packed up my belongings and turned away real slow. There's a picture frame with a face turned down, feelings we don't want to know. But no matter where I lay my head, I got no place to go. Night is like the others, I spend a lot of time alone. A half-empty glass on the table, I got no place to go. Through the heat of the summer, the night becomes so slow. The sun just burns my shoulders, but my chest just feels so cold. There's a picture frame with a face turned down, I know written long ago. But no matter where I lay my head, I got no place to go. In the early morning sun, I felt the sweep of your hair. There's a picture frame with a face turned out and feelings you don't want to know. But no matter where I lay my head, I got no place to go. I got no place, I got no place, I got no place to go. I got no place, I got no place, I got no place to go. I got no place, I got no place, I got no place to go. I got no place, I got no place, I got no place to go.
Nick Thomas. Nick Thomas. Nick Thomas. Nick Thomas. Nick Thomas. Bootsy Hambone. Bootsy Hambone. Nick Thomas and Bootsy Hambone.
It's hard to be so alone. It's hard to be in this world. It's hard to be this way. It's hard to see too fast and slow. It's hard to speeding it up. It's hard to look in its eyes. It's hard to take it all down to live this life. Yeah, you lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. When I'm alone, it's humble when I'm around. I take offense at the world, it's hard to see that too makes one. I've never felt so alone, I've never looked so diseased. The books are reading me out and no one's buying me. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. It's hard to be such a mess. It's hard to be in a room. It's hard to be in a mask. It's hard to see, don't see that go. It's hard to give up your face. His face is nothing to see. It's best to take it all down and mutilate the rest. You lie, you lie, you lie, you lie. You lie, you lie, you lie, you lie.
Basement Tape Show with Nick and Bootsy is made possible by our sponsor, Byron Amplification. Byron Amps, who put our heart and soul into the handcrafted gear for working musicians, made to order right here in Columbia, Missouri. Tube amps, cabs, and pedals handmade to order. Our specialties are vintage sound off the beaten path with the versatility to help you find your voice. Go to ByronAmplification.com and see how we can help you find that tone you've always been looking for. It's a unique package customized just for you.
Seems like you just said hello. And now it's time to go.
Good night, my love. Pleasant dreams and sleep tight, my love. May tomorrow be sunny and bright and bring you closer to me. Before you go, there is just one thing I like to know. Is your love still warm for me, or has it run cold? If you should awake in the still of the night, please have no fear, for I'll be there. You know I care. Please give your love to me, dear. Good night, my love. Pleasant dreams and sleep tight, my love. May tomorrow be sunny and bright and bring you closer to me, and bring you closer